going on, YouTube? Got a new guy coming to you with another 300 Blackout video. Man, 300 Blackout it flooded the YouTube market for the last few years, huh? Well, I've been one of the viewers of all those 300 Blackout videos, and I kind of wanted to put my 2 cents in on the build that I had put together, and I just recently had finished my 300 Blackout to get it to where I wanted it. I always wanted to have a subsonic suppressed thermal hunting rifle, and I just recently bit the bullet and then bought a thermal scope. So without further ado, let me show you my rig I got going on here. Just to break it down real quick, I got an AAC upper. I've got a Thunder Beast Arms Ultra 7 can, a Sun Devil lower, got a Magpul Ergo grip, got a collapsible stock. I don't know exactly what brand it is, just one I picked up. Got a CAA cheek weld that I put on there. Got a Elfman match grade trigger. Currently I have it set to about, I don't know, about 2.5, 3 pounds or something like that. But these Elfman triggers, man, they are fantastic. Zero creep to them. They just, it's like pushing on a wall, and they break really quick. Always surprises you. It attributes to the accuracy of this weapon for sure. And of course the scope, the thing that I've been waiting to get, that I spent a lot of money on, is the Pulsar XQ38 Trail. Been looking at these thermal scopes, man, for years, and finally I think the price point has gone down to the point where they're semi-affordable, and the technology is there as well. So I've got I'm going to do a further review on the scope and a breakdown on some of the things that the scope does. That is just really tremendous for all you guys that are looking to do nighttime hunting anyway, nighttime hunting, hog hunting, whatever it may be. It's really, really cool what these things can do now. They have Wi-Fi capability. You can actually, they interface with iPads and stuff like that. So it's really, really cool to use. And I got a video that you're going to see after this of the setup. But I'll also want to do a video on how to set up the scope with the software that makes it so user-friendly and whatnot. So so this is the rig, and this is the build I'm using. I'm currently shooting roughly 1 to 1.25 MOAs at 100 yards with this gun. This gun is strictly sighted in and used with subsonic ammo. And that kind of brings me to my next point of what I want to talk about, is the ammo. A lot of discussions on YouTube about ammo. As my dog is scratching in, I better let him in because he's gonna beat down the door. Come on. So ammo. What ammo do you guys use? I mean, there's so many different types. So many different brands that came out. Talking about lethality. Talking about accuracy. To me, the ammo that I'm really using now, I'll tell you what, let's start off with the ammo that I started off with. This is what I started off with when I first started shooting the gun. The Hornady 208 grain subsonic ammo. It is very accurate. I really like this ammo. It ran great through the gun. But if you ran too much ammo through it, honestly, I was getting like maybe 10 rounds through the gun, and I was starting to have some malfunctions. And I looked up some videos, I looked up some review on ammo, and what was happening is it wasn't getting, all the powder wasn't being burned when using this ammo, so it was causing a lot of malfunctions, and a lot of trash was going back into the magazine and whatnot, especially shooting the suppressant. So also shot the Remington 220 grain. That actually fed fine, and it powder burned good, but it wasn't as accurate as the 208s. So kind of put me in a dilemma. And this year, it just happened that Hornady came out with this 208 black ammo, which, if you look at the two rounds between the one I showed you previously before, it is identical. But what Hornady has done is they go into a different powder, and they said the powder actually burns a lot better with this ammo. And I have noticed a difference. I have not had a malfunction with this ammo, and it's keeping the accuracy where it needs to be. For a hunting round, there's a lot of videos out there talking about how with these subsonics that the SST, the 208 SSTs, what that bullet is using is not an effective hunting round. I beg to differ. I've seen a lot of videos. Just to name drop one of the YouTubers I watched was Twang and Mang. He was talking about how the 220, he shot into ballistic gel, and the 220 had like 17 inches of penetration, and it didn't mushroom. The bullet just kind of turned at the 17 inches, so it's not a very effective round. You want that bullet to mushroom. You want that bullet to make a big wound cavity. But in the same note, he shot it into some Kevlar, and when he shot it into the Kevlar, it didn't penetrate the Kevlar, but it actually mushroomed. The bullet just folded in half, which impressed me, and it had me curious, and I wanted to see what the effects were when using it for hog hunting. And of course I got a video showing what I did in my hog hunt, which is going to come up after this little commentary. So I am currently using the Hornady Black, and I think it works phenomenal. I actually even chatted with a few guys online, and they recommended. They said, "Man, that ammo that you have chosen is probably the least ideal for hunting." But the rifle, you could kill hogs with a 22 long rifle if you have good shot placement. This rifle is built to be a headshot machine, and that's what it is there for. It's not made for body shot and spray and pray. This is just a rifle that I put together for making precision shots, and it's very good at doing so. I've had a lot of time on the range with this rifle. This is the beginning of, I guess, some videos that you're going to see from me if you guys want to subscribe. I actually got a coyote hunt that I'm going on this weekend, and I'm going to see what this thing does against some coyotes. And again, I'm going to use the same ammo, so we're going to see how it goes. But if I start seeing I have some problems, then I probably will maybe switch to some of that Lehigh defense ammo, the fracturing rounds. But man, it's not readily available like this Hornady ammo is. This Hornady ammo is in your local Walmarts. It's in your any academy or whatnot, so they carry it. So it's easy to get your hands on it, and it's at a fairly good price. I actually bought a case of it, and I got it for like $15-16 a box, which is reasonable for 300 Blackout. So that is the review on the rifle. Stay tuned. I got another little clip where I'm going to show the setup with the Pulsar, and then also a hog hunt to follow. Alright guys, let's take a look at the setup. As you can see, we're looking at an iPad right now. If you look on the right side of the iPad on the screen, actually there's a rabbit sitting right there in front of us. I'm going to pan over to the gun, and this is how I have it set up. There's a app you download called Stream Vision, and I am going to do a setup video to show you how to use the app, because I haven't seen too many on YouTube that actually explains how to properly use the app. So it took me a little trial and error to figure it out, but I got it figured out. So makes this hunt so much more enjoyable. We're just sitting here waiting for the sun to go down. They usually come out about 9 o'clock. As you can see on the bottom of the screen right here, it basically tells you the time, the zoom on the scope. I'm at 2.1x time zoom. And to give you some perspective, the end of that run is roughly about 200 to 220 yards. And the darker spot where that's actually a possum right there in the darker spot right now, that's 75 yards. That's where we have the bait, and that's where I'll take the shot, excuse me. Getting back to this rifle, I built this rifle to be a precision rifle, and I want it to be a headshot machine. I don't want this rifle to just spray the woods. All the kills that I'll be attempting with this rifle is to be as humane as possible and not to just plug holes in animals and have them go run off and die. I'm not all about that. I showed this video to a few of my friends, and you're going to see these hogs. I think we have 10 that come out on us, and they pile up right here. And, you know, yeah, I could have probably sprayed in the pile, and I may have gotten another one, but that's not what I'm looking to do, guys. Even though these animals are nuisance, I do want to make a precision shot on them, and if I can't do that, then I'm going to pass and, you know, and just make a clean shot. So that's what I'm all about. So, but anyway, I sit here and we just kind of study them and try to pick out the biggest one. And I know there's been a big boar that's been going in there. We wanted to get a shot on, but my spotter to the left of me, he basically said, after we watched him for a couple minutes, he said, "Man, take the big one on the left." So that's what we did. I'm going to show you. This is the on the scope. This is actually, I'm at a 4x zoom, and I'm going to switch to the white hot mode, and you're going to see it change colors here in a second. This is black hot, which I prefer. It looks more natural, but you can actually switch to a white hot mode, and it does have a little bit better contrast, I find, but the black hot looks a little more natural because the hogs are actually black. So that's the white hot mode, and I actually zoom into an 8x zoom. I find that, you know, when you're making shots, that the especially about 100 yards, the 4x zoom is probably the most optimal for clarity, because the way this scope is, it's basically a camera. Okay, you don't have an optical zoom. It's just a digital zoom. So whenever you zoom in, all you're doing is stretching pixels. Okay, so that's why it gets a little more fuzzier. It also has a picture-in-picture mode that you're able to put on, and what it does is you actually can have a zoomed-in part of the scope, a little box above there, and you're able to zoom in with that little box and then have a bigger field of view with the bottom. And I'm going to show you that on my next video. I actually have a coyote hunt coming up this weekend. It's actually going to be a 3-day hunt, and this will be the first time I ever went coyote hunting. But I bought a predator call, and I've been doing a little research. I can't wait to see what happens. So actually got the shot coming up right here, and actually I slowed down the video to like 1/8 times. You actually be able to see the shot. So, but a clean shot, just went right for the ear, and just folded that big sow up, man. She just folded over like a ton of bricks. So, all in all, just to kind of wrap up my thoughts, I'm very pleased with the build that I put together. The 300 Blackout, shooting it suppressed is so gratifying. I mean, it's very, very quiet. And as far as the Pulsar XQ38 Trail, it has superseded my expectations, even for the purchase. Like I said, it was like $3,300 for the scope, but it was worth the purchase. And I've only made one hunt with it so far, and I'm telling you, I cannot wait to go hunting again. So y'all stay tuned. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to start uploading a bunch of videos. There's going to be a lot of reviews and hunting videos like this. So appreciate y'all stopping by. Appreciate if y'all have any comments. If you have any questions, just leave a comment below, and I'll get back with you. Thanks. Bye.